He says the law and prophets teach of this. They point to this, that to be right with God is something that you cannot earn. It's not based on your own effort. It's not based on your own merit. Dr. G. Morgan Campbell, a great pastor of past centuries, was teaching this very doctrine of justification. That God's plan that we would be righteousness was not something that we could earn. He was teaching it to a coal miner, a man who worked with his hands, a man who worked hard, a man who everything that he possessed was because of the work of his hands. He was sharing this very truth that we could be right with God and it was not based on our own effort. And this man had such a difficult time understanding this doctrine of justification, that we could be right before God because of Jesus and not of ourselves. He was so struggling. He said, it just sounds too easy. Dr. Morgan knew that the coal miner did not crawl down into the mine every day and then climb out. He knew that it was much too deep and much too high of a climb out for one man to be able to do. If he were to even attempt it, he would not be able to perform his duties because he would be so worn out. So there was an elevator shaft that would actually take the miners down into the mine and then bring them up out of the mine. They would actually do nothing. They would just be on the elevator, and the elevator would transport them down, and at the end of the day would transport them up. Understanding this, Dr. Morgan looked at the coal miner and he said, how did you get into the mine this morning, and how did you exit the mine at the end of your day's work? He said, well, that's simple. I just got on the elevator. Dr. Morgan looked at him and said, is that not too easy? And a light clicked on for the coal miner that day, and he understood that to be right with God, he simply needed to come to Jesus. And this is what Paul is teaching in justification. If we want to live just as if we had never sinned and be right before God, we first must understand that this righteousness is available apart from the law. It's not something that we can earn.